afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 91 of Driftless Knitting. This is a knitting podcast hosted by me, Jennifer. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Driftless Knitter, and you can find the podcast on Ravelry if you search for Driftless Knitting under the groups tab. Not much going on there. Yep, but I say that every single time. Yeah, you can just go there to leave a comment or a question or whatever. So so I'm coming to you from Cross Plains, Wisconsin. It is about 2 o'clock on Wednesday, March 25th. Middle of the week, middle of the afternoon. I'm here at home, and I know you all know why, but I'll say it anyway, just in case you're not watching this at the current time. But we are on a, what is it technically called? A safer at home order by the Wisconsin governor because of the outbreak of COVID-19. So I have been working from home for 2 weeks now. This is my second week, my second full week working from home. Feels like a lot longer. It's really strange that just 2 weeks ago, things were relatively normal and we were still kind of not sure what was going to happen. We were making like contingency plans about if we had to work from home for a little while, but maybe not. I mean, and then, yeah, over the last week, things have just gotten really real. Things can be scary. I'm not gonna lie. There have been numbers coming out, especially from places like Iran and Italy, that are truly frightening with this disease. So we are doing all that we can here to stay home, to limit our interactions. I have not really seen too many people besides my husband for the last 2 weeks. We did go to my in-laws' farm. My husband helps his dad on their dairy farm, which is about an hour away, and we did go there last weekend so that he could help him again. And they have been isolated. We have been isolated, so we thought it was going to be relatively safe. Hoping that's not a naive thought that we're having, but we really, having that little bit of family time, even though it's not my direct family, it's my in-laws, I still, I look at them as my family and I love them a lot. So having a little bit of social interaction with some family members did us a lot of good last weekend. And I'm not sure if we're going again this weekend, but we're just gonna have to see how everybody's feeling, see what's going on. So yeah, what else? So things have just been trying to stay, I was gonna say relatively normal, but yeah, things aren't normal right now at all. I work for Circus Yarns in Madison, Wisconsin, and we are completely shut down besides our online shop. So our brick and mortar in-person store is closed for the foreseeable future until they give us the all clear. That's apparently going to be the end of April, but of course we don't know. So it just kind of depends. But our online store is still running. It's still open. We are taking orders. We have coupon codes for free shipping, and I believe that we are not shipping orders right away because we do have that stay-at-home order. We're going to maybe once a week put some orders out, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, we're just asking people if you can support a local business like ours. We appreciate every single order that we get. We are supporting 8 women on our team. I believe we have 8. I don't want to, trying to count in my head. I think 8. And some of those women, they don't have a partner. They're supporting themselves, so that is their only source of income. And yeah, we appreciate anyone's continued support in business during this time. So I've been here working on computer work, working on the newsletter, which I write every week, and social media posts, things like that. I've also been doing a little bit of processing. You can see behind me right there, that's one of our electric ball winders that I brought home, and the Swift. So I've had my little winding station in between our kitchen and our living room, where I've been winding cakes of gradient yarn and also twisting, retying, doing things like that for our semi-solid skeins that we have. So yeah, it's been a little mini. I've been doing a little bit of production every day, which has been a really good balance between computer work and then a little yarn production. So it's been nice. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep going as long as we can and as far as we can. And we just hope that all of our customers stay safe and stay well and are smart when it comes to social interaction and yeah, taking needed precautions. So that's where that stands. Yeah, so I will be working from home probably until May, which is crazy to think about. It's an entire month. But one of the reasons is because I have a suppressed immune system right now, because if you don't follow me on Instagram, or maybe you do, but you missed the announcement or the post that I put out, I am expecting our first baby. So I am 16 weeks, so about 4 months along. And we don't know yet if we're having a boy or a girl. Hopefully we can find out. We do have an ultrasound scheduled for the end of April. But yeah, depending on how safe it is to go into any sort of clinic. We don't have it scheduled at the main hospital. It is at a separate clinic, but still, we're gonna listen to what the doctors say and what the precautions are for that. And if they don't wanna risk it at the time, we'll push it back and find out hopefully sometime early summer, maybe, when things are a little bit safer. So yeah, so that has been exciting too, with all of the other stuff going on. It seems like, well, it's not that the pregnancy has become like second, but you know, sometimes, you know, we're so focused on all of this that I sometimes forget that yeah, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, this morning I actually wasn't sure if I was going to podcast today, because this morning I wasn't feeling too well, based, you know, because of the baby, but I am getting my energy back a little bit more, not as much nausea anymore, because I am in the second trimester. So yeah, so far things are going pretty good. The baby booties I showed, I'm not going to show them again, that I showed in the last episode. Those are for me and for this baby, not for a friend's baby, like I said, but that was a few weeks ago. We were still not ready to kind of share it with social media or the internet in general. All of our families knew, of course, but yeah, we were waiting for a little bit longer before we announced it to the wider world. And now we feel a little more comfortable doing that, and I just couldn't wait anymore. So I know some people and some podcasters I've watched in the past, they wait and hold on to the news for almost 6 months, 7 months, and I don't know how they do that. I wanted to post about it so badly. There were so many times where I wanted to put like a Instagram story out about, you know, this or that, about, you know, what I was feeling or doing at the time because of the baby, and I'm just like, oh no, I can't. So yeah, I'm really glad it's out there, and thank you to everybody who sent their congratulations to us. We're very excited, and we're due September 10th. That's the due date, so fall baby. Yeah, we're really happy. So anyway, I think that's all the announcements and the general talk. There's a lot going on right now, so it just feels like there's a lot to chat about and catch you up on. But I am really glad that it's only been a little over 2 weeks now since I podcasted last. I have a few things to show you. I have a couple FOs, one work in progress that I've been mainly focused on, and I do have a bit of an acquisition to show you, so that's exciting. So the first thing I'll show, since you can already kind of see it in the background, this FO was done last week, and I'm really excited. I still have to block it, but since things are kind of torn apart a little bit, we have, since I have my work stuff behind here, that's where we usually kind of store some things because our apartment's pretty small, so all of that stuff is now in the area where behind our other couch where I block things. And we only have a little bit of room in our living room because we have a cooler that we keep behind there, and that's in here now. And so there just isn't a whole lot of space to lay out a sweater. So I need to just do it and just get it finished, because pretty soon we are going to want to feature this on the Knit Circus website, because this is a rainbow trail sweater that I knit with the Knit Circus Yarns Ringmaster base, which is the 100% merino superwash worsted. And this pattern calls for a gradient colorway and a semi-solid that you stripe. And so you can see the gradient changes. It's the white to the blue here at the bottom, and the gray is the constant throughout. And I did manage to, I think I had one sleeve done last time, but I did manage to make the stripes match as they go down as best as I could on both sleeves. So you can kind of hopefully see how those go together. I did the medium size. Should still fit me for a little while. I'm not too big yet. I have a little bit of like a little bump going on, I guess you could call it, but it's not that big, so I could still wear this while the weather is kind of chilly here. We've been having like 40-degree weather, high 40s for the last few days, which has been nice. I have been really wishing for a little more sunshine and a little warmer weather so I could like sit outside, because 47 degrees, it's fine to be outside, but you're not gonna like sit outside and relax and read a book or something. It just, I don't know. At least not many people are gonna do that. So yeah, so we've been having some chillier weather still, and so I could still wear this for the time being. But yeah, soon it will be a sample for Knit Circus. And oh, I didn't tell you the colorway names. The gradient is called Counting Sheep, and the gray semi-solid is Chimney Sweep. So yeah, I'm very happy that this is finished. The sleeves were a little, I don't know, I usually don't mind knitting sleeves. This time it felt a little bit more like a chore, because you have to, as you're matching the stripes, I think I talked about this last time too, as you're matching the stripes, you kind of have to cut yarn out if you want the stripes to go in the same, at the same rate as the body stripes, because obviously you have a lot more circumference knitting the body, so they change faster, whereas the arms, you're probably only going to use about half that ball of the gradient. And if you want all of the colors to be in the sleeve at the same rate as the body, you have to cut and splice, kind of stuff like that. So that wasn't as fun to do as just knit in the round. Usually I don't mind doing that at all, but it just took a little bit more thinking. And right now, like, I never really lost my knitting mojo. I definitely had some moments where I was too exhausted to knit, especially in the first trimester, like the later half of the first trimester. I had nights where I would just come home and sit on the couch and stare into space because I was just so tired. But I always felt like I wanted to knit. It was just that my body, like I couldn't get my body to do it. So I never lost the desire to do it. I never lost my knitting mojo. But there are a couple things I just didn't feel like, it just wasn't the most fun to like think about switching colors and doing all that stuff. But I'm really, really glad I got it done. I powered through it. The second sleeve only took me like 2 days maybe, and I just got it done. So I'm gonna, block that like I said, maybe get to wear it a little bit. I mean, it is kind of a sample, but if we get pictures taken and I don't like, I don't know, if I'm just wearing it around the house, I feel like that would be fine. But the second FO that I have is also a sample for Knit Circus. And these are the socks that, was I knitting them last time? I think I did have the first one on the needles, but I have finished these. So these are the Birds and Buds socks. And this is my pattern that is on Ravelry. And this is out of a new colorway that isn't available quite yet. It's going to be available in a couple of weeks. And it's called Busy Bee Speckles, kind of one of our new spring colorways. And it has pops of purple and yellow and orange. It's a really, really pretty speckle. And this is on our Greatest of Ease base, which is 80% merino and 20% nylon. I do these toe up, and I also call for a Fish Lips Kiss heel. You can do any heel you want though. And then you can kind of see the texture pattern on there. It's this really cool like slip stitch design that almost gives it almost kind of looks quilted. I was thinking about that just this last time I was knitting them. I've knit a million of them. I actually have the first pair on my feet right now that I ever knit, and this is what the pattern, it shows in the pattern, the socks I have on right now. I knit them out of Hue Loco yarn, and yeah, I've knit like 6 pairs now. But yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like a quilted look, but they're just like little flecks. It's really fun to knit. It's really addicting. So yeah, there's those. I don't know if there's anything else to say about them. I knit them on a size US 1, which I'm pretty sure is a 2.25 millimeter needle. And yeah, I knit the magic loop because that's what I like to do. And to me, that's easiest when you're doing toe up, is magic loop. I've never tried doing toe up. I mean, I guess you could do them on double points, maybe if you got the toe started on magic loop. I don't know how that would work. But yeah, and you can do this pattern cuff down. The way that the fleck goes though would be upside down. So they kind of go slanted like up. You can see, let's see, right there. So it would just be like opposite. It would be like flip the other way and down. But they'd still look beautiful. So yeah, there's that. So those 2 projects I was focused on last week, and really glad I powered through that second sock as well. And then this week, really the only project I've been knitting on since this weekend has been my 2019 Christmas Advent wrap, which is the Dust of Snow by Helen Stewart. I am so close. I've been knitting so much on this, it's kind of crazy. Where did I don't even know where I started last weekend, but I am on color number 20. Yes, this is color number 20. I believe this one is called Land of Misfit Toys, and I just know that because I specifically looked at it. I realized that I hadn't really been looking at the name of the color for the last few that I did, and then so I started like, at least, I don't know, it just makes it more fun if you're at least aware of the colorway that you're knitting with. Though this one, I can't remember what this is, and I think I already threw away the tag, but this is, oh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember, but this is the next one. So this is color 21. I have it ready. And so 21, and then I have 22, 23, 24, and that's it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because while I've really enjoyed knitting this, I just want to get it off the needles. It is so massive. It is so massive. It's gorgeous, and I'm really excited to have it, but look how big this is. Oh geez, I can't even hold it up. Oh wow, yep. Yeah, so I mean, this would already be an adequate size shawl or scarf right now, but I still have 4.5 more colors to do. I'll get there, I'll get there. It really does go fast when you're focusing on it and working on it. Over the weekend, I want to say I was down here, and then last week I think I started knitting on this again on Friday last week. So maybe I was on the pink. Yeah, so over the weekend I did like these two and then some, and then the past couple days I've done from here up. So yeah, yesterday I didn't get a whole lot of knitting time in, just at night when we were watching something. And today I haven't knit at all yet, so yeah. Hopefully I can do a little bit. But I'm very excited to have that done. I'll have that off the needles, because there's a few things I want to start. I haven't done any more work on my my own design because I was trying to get the samples done, and then this languishing Advent scarf finished. Maybe that's the other reason why I just want to bind off, get it off the needles. It just feels like it's way past when I should have, because it is an Advent project. So even though it is quite large, it just feels like it's time. It's past time for that to be done. And that is in my Cottage number 9 bag. I got this 2 years ago, I believe. Or was it just last year? Maybe it was just last year, or last Christmas. So technically, oh my gosh, it's 2020 now. So it would have been Christmas of 2018, I believe. I love it. It's so cute. So cute. So it's been fun having my Advent projects in there. But yeah, I want to get back to my design. I have one more sample knit. Actually, I'll have another one. That's one thing my boss is like, okay, if you can't do as much from home, obviously, as you can, you know, at our actual location, one of the things she's having a few of us do is just knit a few samples. So that works. So I have one that I'm going to do that I already have the yarn for. I need to cast that on. And then I want to knit the first baby sweater for the baby. I've been really wanting to cast that on, but it almost feels like it's not as much of a priority yet. And I'm going to enjoy it a little bit more when I don't have some of these other projects hanging over my head. So I've been putting that off for a while. I have almost cast it on a couple of times. I've almost caved because I want to knit little baby stuff so bad. But again, I also like this one. I think is going to be gender neutral enough. And I'll put, it's a dark blue color, and I'll put a girl in blue. I don't care. Blue is my favorite color, so you know, it works. But otherwise, I do kind of want to wait until we know what the baby is, because that is going to affect a couple of the patterns that I do. Yeah, so we'll see. But so many things I want to knit, and even though I am working from home, I don't feel like I have a huge amount. Like, I've probably been getting more knitting done than normal because there's no commuting. I'm not as tired because I can sleep a little bit longer in the morning. So, you know, at night we stay up a little bit later, but it's definitely not just sitting around and knitting all day. Like, I'm still having to get stuff done. I'm still having to communicate with my coworkers and, you know, all of that stuff. So definitely not just lounging around all day, that's for sure. But one thing that came over the weekend, which I'm very excited about, is my, when did it come? I can't even remember now. Was it Monday? Or was it last week? All the days are just blurring together now. But this is my Little House in the Big Woods, a Homespun House club. Told you guys about this before, but it did finally come. If you ordered this and you live further away than Wisconsin, and you're not Tanya, who has already talked to me about this because she lives way far away from Wisconsin, but she also ordered this, but she really wanted to see what it looked like. So yeah, that was funny. I was really worried I had spoiled it, even though I put like a spoiler alert on my stories on Instagram. I posted a video of me opening this up, and I was really worried I had spoiled it for her, but but anyway, so this is the Homespun House, Little House in the Big Woods. It's on 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it has 470 yards. So this is the color. And yeah, the base of it is just a beautiful soft green, almost like a minty green. And then it has some pretty bright pops of, I would say this is like a turquoisey teal, like right there. That's like a purple, and then it does have like a mossy green in there as well. So definitely like a vibrant twist on what I would think of with Little House in the Big Woods. Like, I think of rustic, you know, log cabins, so that like grayish, brownish color of the logs, and green obviously for all the pine trees and all the other trees. I think of reds and, I don't know, just like very homespun colors. This is kind of a vibrant take on it, but that's kind of Molly in general. She has a lot, as you can tell from this very bright, very bright Advent scarf. Those are all Homespun House minis. I don't know if I said that, but I had her Advent calendar last year. But she has a very like vibrant take on yarn dyeing in general. So it doesn't really surprise me that she would see the colors of Little House in the Big Woods and put like a bright twist on it. So I really like that. I've actually been thinking that maybe this would be a cute baby project because it's very gender neutral with the bright greens and stuff. So maybe I would do like a little baby sweater, a fingering weight baby sweater. I don't know. It's so pretty though. And then I did get the option with the charm. I thought because Little House is one of my favorite series of books, I guess you'd say, I just knew it would be totally worth it to add the charm on. And I have signed up for the Little House on the Prairie, which is book 2, and On the Banks of Plum Creek, which is book 3. Well, yeah, Farmer Boy is in there, but Farmer Boy doesn't count because that's not about Laura and her family. That's about her husband when he was young. So anyway, so I have signed up for those 2 as well with the charm. So I kind of wanted to get like the full set, I suppose. But I was really excited to see this. I had a theory about what the charm would be, and I was close. I was not correct, but I was close. So I thought that the charm was going to be Charlotte, which is Laura's doll that she gets in the book, in Little House in the Big Woods. She finally gets her rag doll and she names her Charlotte, and I thought that that's maybe what the charm was going to be, because that is a huge happening in the book. And Charlotte kind of continues, she pops up in a couple of the other books as well. But I was very, very, very close. The charm is Susan, which is the corn husk doll that Laura has before she gets Charlotte. So she's playing with her sister up in, there's a chapter in the beginning of the book, it's fall time. Her and Mary, her older sister, are playing up in the attic, which has all of the dried, it has all the pumpkins and all the dried vegetables and things hanging from the rafters, and they're playing with their dolls, and Mary has a beautiful rag doll, but Laura does not yet. She's too little. She's, I think, 4 years old, 4-ish. Yeah, because she turns 5. Does she turn 5 in that book? Yeah. So in the book, she's 4 when it starts, so she's still kind of young, and she doesn't have any like real toys, I guess. They didn't really have too many real toys, what we would consider real toys back then. But yeah, so she plays with a little corn cob that is wrapped up in a quilt, and that's her baby, and she names her Susan. So I thought that was really cute. And I love that I mean, like I said, blue is my favorite color. I love that the quilt is blue. So how cute. So I'm really looking forward to using this. I also have a project bag that the fabric is Little House in the Big Woods inspired, that I got quite a few years ago. I've showed it on the podcast probably before, a while ago. But yeah, I love pairing like my yarn and my charms and my bag together. I love a theme, so I'm looking forward to kind of using that collection. Yeah, and trying to find the perfect project for that yarn. So I'm very, very excited that came. I can't wait for the others to come. I have a feeling that now Molly's going to wait until after the move to Germany to do the next books. So like I said, we've already signed up for Little House on the Prairie and On the Banks of Plum Creek, and then I'm sure she'll wait until she's back in Germany, because they are moving back to Germany. I'm sure she'll wait until then to do the next signups for the next book. So yeah, so that's exciting. Just kind of a glimmer of, I don't know, anticipation for these kind of weird times. I've been really trying not to go overboard with buying things online. I've been really good so far. I've only, what would you call it, window shopped, I guess, on a few different websites, my favorite yarn dyers that I really, really want to support. Of course, we're being a little careful with our money because we don't know what the future holds, but I was going to go to the Madison Knitters Guild. Always hosts this event in March called the Knit-In, and it's with classes and all this stuff, but they also have a small marketplace with a lot of beautiful vendors. So I was kind of planning on going to that and, you know, having a small budget for yarn. And now that was canceled, that was supposed to be last weekend. So of course that got canceled. So I'm thinking, you know, that money that was maybe gonna go to the Knit-In, I could maybe buy something, order something, treat myself to something. But yeah, I have done a little bit of window shopping, especially on the Bumblebee Acres website, because they also have had to cancel, well, they haven't canceled. The shows that they were supposed to go to have been canceled. At least one, if not a few of them. They have an updated schedule on their website of the shows they know so far have been canceled or rescheduled. So they have a lot of their yarns on their website that they were going to bring to these shows. And a lot of times you don't get to see them unless you're there in person. So I was thinking I might treat myself to some of that. I have a few colorways picked out that I really, really, really want, but I have to decide what base because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with them. But they have the best, like, fandom, some of the best, I shouldn't say the best, the best, some of the best fandom colorways I've ever seen. They have beautiful Outlander colorways, Harry Potter, then they do some kind of they have Lord of the Rings, of course, The Hobbit, things like that, but they also do some lesser known fandoms, which is really fun. So yeah, if you guys are in the market for some yarn, go check them out too. Of course, check out Knit Circus. Our website is knitcircus.com. Who are some other ones that I've been looking at? Of course, I always love Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations. I have a whole mess of her yarn upstairs in my stash that I desperately want to knit with. But she always posts some beautiful pictures of yarn that she has coming through her shop. And then Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn, she's been producing a lot of yarn lately, and both of them, you know, that's their full-time job too. And I think a couple of their shows have been canceled as well. So it's always good to, if you get the urge, you know, don't go out and spend your life savings, obviously, but if you get the urge to order something, if you're not able to go to your local yarn shop, if you're not able to go to these shows that you've been meaning to, go check out some of these dyers and makers that are really, I don't want to say that they're struggling because they have a really great online support system, but a huge chunk of their revenue comes from shows. And yeah, right now everything is up in the air. So it's a little bit scarier. I'm sure that they're having to really crunch numbers and figure out, you know, how everything's going to work. So go support them. And yeah, and we will all of us yarn dyers, all of us small companies, small businesses, we are doing our best to get through this. We will make it onto the other side, maybe with a few scars, but we'll be there standing tall at the end of this. So just do your best to support your community, even if it's from your living room. I'm going to be definitely trying to do that a little bit in the next coming weeks. And yeah, I hope that all of you are staying healthy and staying safe. Thank goodness for knitting. Thank goodness that we have something that can put a smile on our face and yeah, get us through some long days. These are going to be some long days. So I love you all so much. Again, thank you for the congratulations and the sweet, happy words that you sent to us on Instagram after our announcement. Thank you for watching. If you're a longtime viewer, I really appreciate you so much. And if you are a first-time viewer, thanks for checking out my podcast. You can like this video, that'd be great. It kind of puts it out there a little bit more to people who might have the same interests as you, might be interested in a little knitting podcast from Wisconsin. You never know. And if you could subscribe as well, that'd be great. So again, thank you all. I hope that you have a wonderful week. I'll hopefully be back in another couple, who knows, show off some more knitting, some more yarn. And until then, do things that make your heart happy. I'll be doing the same. Bye. Today is Saturday, March 21st, 2020. I am at my in-laws' farm right now. It is the first real week of us dealing with the COVID-19 outbreak. And we were working from home all week. pretty much in pretty isolated. We did go to the store, I think, one time that week just to grab some stuff, but anyway, we did decide to come to his parents because we've all been isolating pretty well and there's nobody out here. So and his dad still needs help on the farm, so as long as we can, we're probably gonna keep coming out as long as it's safe and makes sense. But yeah, it's been nice to, it's very sunny today even though it's chilly. It's probably only in the mid 30s, high 30s right now, but the sun is out, which is beautiful. It is so nice to get out in the fresh air. I've been inside a little bit today. I was doing some knitting in the house, but then I decided to come out and just hang out a little bit. So I've been riding with Seaver in the tractor, and right now he's in the barn spreading out some new hay. It's a little bit dusty, so he didn't want me in there. I'm delicate these days. I'm just kidding. He's wearing a mask, and he just didn't. He's like, yeah, just wait outside. It'll only take me 10-15 minutes. So yeah, I thought I would take a little walk. It's pretty muddy right now because it's springtime, of course. But yeah, we are just enjoying being here and being around some family right now. And I thought I would do a little bit of filming just because everybody could use, sorry, I'm squinting and my eyebrows are doing something really funky. Everybody could use something other than the virus to think and talk about. So I will hopefully get some footage of some cows, and we're gonna go up into one of the pastures and drop off some round bales for some cows that are out on pasture right now. So I might film a little bit out there, and yeah, maybe just put something together on top of doing the usual podcast type thing, so you guys can, I don't know, have something else to watch. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Look at those cows there, sunning themselves. They are gonna enjoy this weather just like we do. And I can never understand why they just decide to plop down in the middle of the mud, but whatever. Or 36 degrees.
A little windy,
says Seaver. And it's Sunday morning, March 22nd. We're taking a walk, getting some fresh air, getting some vitamin D. It's windy though, so nice to get some fresh air.
We saw like 9 or 10 deer running out.
Yep, we spooked them a little bit when we were walking up the road, and they took off over the hill.
They grunted at us.
Oh man, it's so windy, my phone is shaking. It's gonna be really loud, I apologize. But anyway, onward. Keep going? Alright.
So if you're a deer, this is protected from the wind.
Yeah, it's nice down here.
You got the creek that comes in through here. You have this super gnarly maple tree that you should definitely get
Yeah.
something out of a storybook.
Yeah, this whole valley
It's like a
seems
witch
slightly magical.
in the deep woods. And it goes all the way up.
Wow, that is
That maple tree we
huge.
used to tap and we'd get gallons and gallons of sap.
Wow.
We'd fill a 5-gallon soap barrel that we cleaned, and it'd be a nightmare trying to drag it out though.
I can
'Cause
imagine.
It's pretty slick. It's always muddy here because there's a spring underneath the soil. So we'd get our 4-wheeler stuck or our ATV stuck.